Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to the 17th episode of the Titan Report podcast. My name is Jackson Weber. Folks, for the first time since November 24th, 2024, the Tennessee Titans got a win. We have done it. We broke all costs. Folks, we've been waiting for this moment. Your Tennessee Titans will not go 0-17 this year. This feels like we just won the Super Bowl. Everybody I've been screaming. This has been the best moment about a year. But we have a lot to break down today. We have a couple interviews. Most of y'all saw the Taylor Lewan one. We're gonna play the Taylor Lewan one and Will Compton interviews at the end of the episode, just to kind of give y'all a little bit about that. Again, that's what we're gonna lead off with. Before we get anything about the Cardinal game, Taylor Lewan, Will Compton, Bustin' with the Boys crew, give shout out to the boys. Y'all know the fact that everybody came together today, all Titans fans, everybody here at the bowling alley, everybody was just so chill today. The Titans fan base is not one of the most loyalist, but one of the most dedicated, one of the most hungry fan bases. We want to win, and I love everybody in this fan base. Everybody in this fan base is fantastic, and I got to meet a lot of people today again. I got to see a lot of people, especially Taylor and Will and the whole Bustin' with Boys crew. Shout out to them as well. And Bowling Bull did a great job hosting us. If you're not, go check it out. Go check it out. It's right near the National Sound Stadium. Their bar outside overviews the Sound Stadium. What a game. What a freaking game. What a freaking day. Especially Taylor and Will both taking time for the interviews we'll play at the end of the episode. But let's get right into it, folks. I'm still at shock. I'm still kind of shaking here. I just got home about 25 minutes ago, and I'm still trying to process everything that happened. I'll kick off the show and say this. What a hard-fought team win. What a freaking hard-fought team win. The fact that this could be a totally different game. Yes, the Snead forced the fumble. Love that. Finally, good hustle. I think personally overall, this is a win that is going to change around this team. Is going to get this team going. Is going to get everybody hungry. And we're dedicated to get that first home win. Okay? That first home win is going to come very, very soon. Okay? Either it's going to be against New England, or either it's going to be right after that against the Chargers. It's coming. Tennessee Titans season just turned around in a heartbeat. I know that's crazy to say. We talked about it before. The fact that we're going to a Raiders team that we're going to face next week, who's also been really struggling, we have hope next week, folks. This team can easily be 2-3 and going home. Or 2-4, excuse me, and heading back to Nashville to face Mike Vrabel in week 7. That's what we're hoping for right now. That's what we're hoping for. We'll talk about the Raiders next in the preview next week. But I do want to talk about this game. Arizona started the drive with a touchdown. And then, thankfully we didn't get shut out here, right? Tennessee gets a field goal. And then Arizona gets another touchdown. You're 14-0. And, a couple fumbles, a touchdown. And, it's all of a sudden it's 6-21 at halftime, right? And the third quarter, the Tennessee Titans just came out here. And I felt like they really fought. This is a team that's been not a second half team all year, which we've been waiting on for them to do and to see improvement. Cardinals handed us the fumble. Yes, that was a fumble that they handed us. 2 of them. One in the third and then one in the fourth. And then, the Titans, again, took opportunities off that turnover, right? Again, that's something that we've been wondering. Is it time? And they finally did it. And, Tennessee's got a touchdown. Yes, should you have go for 2 there? Absolutely, right? You wanted to go for 2. On the Tony Pollard touchdown over the middle. I would have loved to see that. I mean, personally, it is what it is. Sly missed the extra point. It's going to happen. It's a very frustrating, yes. But, I really like that touchdown right there from Pollard. I wish we went for the 2, but, hey, I'm not the coach. You guys aren't either. We can't make the calls. Then, the Titans are getting momentum, right? We get the ball back. And then, they drive down the field. And probably one of the craziest plays you've probably seen in football. We're actually going to play you that clip because I was even shocked by that. So let's play the clip of what happened with the Tennessee Titans and that fumble.
Clock running inside of 5 minutes. Ward goes through his progressions. Everyone covered, slings it back. It's deflected and picked. Taylor Demerson, and then the football came out. Who recovers? Tennessee.
All right. So obviously that was a big crazy play of the game, right? That was probably the craziest play we've seen in a long time. That better be on Sports Center tonight. Tonight I'm filming this is Sunday. Also, another thing is that Cam missed Gunnar Helm right there, and just Gunner's hit. I mean, when he dove, I mean that's the hit got the ball out, and it was just like a scramble. It was a scramble for a long time, and Tyler Lockett happened to be right in the middle of the right place in the right time. That's what they say. Um, but I know it's miscommunication right there, and that's something you got to look at. But Cam was aggressive on that whole drive, and that's what really brought the spark. Really, that play right there brought the spark, and definitely Tennessee. This was one of the games that we got lucky. All right, another big impact play was this L'Jarius Sneed, big rundown. This play should have been 28-6, but this was one of the biggest plays today. A fumble at the goal line. Just check this out right here. We're gonna play it for you.
On 3rd and short, first down. DeMarcado off to the races. 20-10 touchdown.
DeCamado. That's sloppy. That's a word that I use around. If y'all really know me, that's sloppy. You don't just put the ball out like that. Okay, I get it. You're excited. First of all, you slow down. Y'all watch at the 10. L'Jarius Sneed also gained speed. That ball came out. He forced that ball out. That ball was way out, and L'Jarius Sneed knew that ball came out at the goal line. That is defensive play that you just don't happen in the league. That just does not happen. And it's crazy. It's still happening in the NFL. I bet Arizona was frustrated, because its coaches are talking about, hey, you just don't do that out of the ordinary, So, yes, that was also another big play of the game. But let's talk about, first of all, the fourth quarter with Cam Ward, because, he was struggling for the first 3 quarters, barely almost getting 100, barely under 100 yards, right? And for the fourth quarter stats, he was 13 for 18 with 193, with the interception, but that interception was the fumble and cover for Titans touchdown. And the 2-minute drive alone that we got, the 38-yard pass to Calvin Ridley was the beauty. And man, the ball was actually tipped. The interception was actually tipped. It wasn't necessarily a bad throw. He was trying to go to Ridley, look back at the replay, ball did get tipped at the line. But again, finally, what we've been talking about for so long is the Titans cannot finish fourth quarter football, right? We've been speaking about this for a long time. The Titans are one of the worst fourth-quarter football teams in the league. We told you how much they got outscored by, and it's just been sloppy. Finally, the Titans blank out the Cardinals in the second half, shut them out, did not allow the Cardinals to get any points in this second half, and that was the big game changer. We took advantage again on the turnovers, and the Titans going to go down and go score. Titans didn't have so many penalties today, but I thought there was a couple lame ones, like illegal formations they got to fix, all that stupid crap. But besides that, I think it was a pretty decent football game. I would have loved to see Tyjae Spears got the ball more. He only got it for 4 carries, 14 yards. That's something that someone needs to ask Callahan about and say, hey, can y'all talk about getting Spears the ball more, right? To take some load off of Pollard. But we'll see if the Titans do try that. I would love to see the Titans give the Spears the ball more. But again, Ridley, I think, had one of his better games. There's some drops in the first half, but when he really came clutch most in the second half, we really need him. He really did in the second half, getting 5 for 131 today. And I think that was huge for the Titans, especially another thing that they've been missing as well, because, they've been missing Calvin Ridley, to pretty much almost this whole game. I know he didn't get a touchdown, but again, Jake Okawana, who had a good game as well. Gunnar Helm with 1 drop today. He also had a pretty good game, 4 for 34. Eric Eyemaner, you got to catch some of those. You got 2 they should have caught. But overall, I want to see Eric Eyemaner next week. Get a couple more. But Tyler Lockett, yes, I know he had technically the touchdown. I don't even know where you rule that. What do you even rule that? I mean, fumble recovery touchdown. It doesn't even listen as a touchdown. Does it count as a rushing touchdown? I don't even freaking know. That doesn't really count as much. But again, the player of the day, which we talked about earlier in the week, and better not trade him, Jeffrey Simmons. 8 tackles for 6. 8 total tackles. 6 solo. 1.5 sacks. 2 QB pressures. Again, Simmons has been tearing up the league lately. And now he's up to 3.5 sacks. He's up to 3.5 sacks right now. So again, Simmons at this rate is keep going. He's keep grinding. This is a player that we need, especially with Devondre Sweat being out. Oh man, him and Sweat together are gonna be dangerous coming back. And hopefully, when they come back healthy, they both come back healthy pretty soon. Cedric Gray, another good game today with 10 total tackles. Love to see that. Jalen Armour-Davis, I felt like today he in the first half, in the first quarter, in the second quarter, he definitely really struggled. And in the second quarter, he got better. Third quarter and fourth quarter, great. I think he held his game down. I think he definitely corrected a lot of things. Again, Sebastian Joseph-Day had another nice game as well. 5 total tackles, 3 solos for 1 sack. So again, another guy I like to see sacking in there. Sebastian Joseph-Day today, 2 tackles for loss. Cody Barton with 4 tackles as well. Jerry Sneed with 4. Hooker got some 6 tackles today. Titans with 3 sacks. Arden Key with a big sack as well. Shared that with Simmons. Arden Key's had actually a pretty 2 solid weeks. QB pressure. Jihad Ward, again, a guy who actually had another nice game also today for this Titans defense. One thing I would like to see more is sustainable more drives in the first half. But I think quarters number 4. Let's just try to see after quarters 1 through 3. But overall, I'm very happy with the comeback overall. Cam Ward, I know completion percent. I know on paper it doesn't look great. I know in the first half, Buck Rising was saying that he was about to ask Brian Callahan and the media, should they give Cam Ward a rest? Not anymore. Not anymore. I do want to give a shout out to Bustin' with the Boys and the fans. It was great to be out there today. It was a really fun environment at Brooklyn Bowl. Lost my voice definitely at the end. Before we do head out and say goodbye, this is Taylor Lewan interview, and this is Will Compton's interview, both of these back-to-back. And we'll be saying goodbye to y'all, and we'll join Victory Monday. Stay tuned for these clips. We got a Titan left tackle here, Taylor Lewan. Taylor, good to see you today. What is the key win you think we'll get against Arizona Cardinals today?
Key thing to win, first off, Titan Report podcast, man. This is unbelievable. It's an absolute honor to be a part of this and all the viewers. This is the kind of heart and soul you need in fan bases because it's people taking it upon themselves to dive into a team and making more fans out of it. So that's all time.
Appreciate it.
To me, it's for the Titans to win this game against the Cardinals, you have to sustain drives.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like keep their offense off the field, sustain drives, implement a solid run game, put yourself in third and manageable situations where Cam's not having to, make miracle plays happen, but he's playing from a 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5 situation where it's kind of dink and dunk and get it done. Own the time of possession and get points every time you're on the field.
Yeah, let's hopefully get a win today. And Taylor, another thing for you too is, what was your best memory as a Tennessee Titan you have to think of off the top of your head?
Best memory, individually, the best memory I ever had was 2016 touchdown versus the Colts.
Oh,
we
yes.
did lose that game, though.
Yes.
But memory as a team is probably the 2019 season because I was suspended for the first 4 games. I come back, we lose the next 2, so we start the season 2-4. And then we go on this, have to win 7 of our last 8 just to make it in the playoffs. Then we play Tom Brady, beat Tom Brady in his last game as a Patriot. Go to the bank in Baltimore where Lamar Jackson wins his first MVP, and everyone's planning for us to get. We're double-digit underdogs, and beating them. When we beat the Ravens, I really thought, we're going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And so that season in general was just it was one of the coolest things, especially 5 years before that, my rookie year. I'm sitting there and we are 2-14 and 3-13 next year, and it's just cool to see how great things can get.
This is Titans left tackle Taylor Lewan. Taylor, I appreciate you, Dan.
Appreciate you, brother.
It was an honor, man.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
This is great.
Is awesome.
This is great. Dude, that was awesome, bro. Absolutely. I appreciate you. I mean a lot, dude. So, we got Titan former linebacker Will Compton. Will, good to see you today, man. This event has been great for you guys. What does this mean for you guys in Bustin' with the Boys?
Dude, it means the world knowing that, number one, myself, Taylor was obviously a cornerstone here with the Titans. But playing here the couple years that I did, seeing the way that the city kind of embraced the boys and having fun with us, and knowing years later, I don't even know how many years later now, 4 years later, and people, Titans fans, are still showing up, wanting to support Bussin' with the Boys, support their Titans, and share stories like you have with yourself on, wanting to start your own podcast. It really is cool.
And for you too, I asked Taylor, what was your favorite memory of being a Tennessee Titan?
My favorite memory of being a Tennessee
Yeah.
Titan. It was either the fumble recovery against the Detroit Lions. It was the only play on defense that I had. I want to say it was the third quarter. I felt like, I was tight, cold. I was only playing special teams. Goal line defense had to come in and make a play. Daquan Jones started to loosen the ball up on the running back as he started to go airborne. My helmet was kind of right there as well. I fell on the ball, ran to the 50-yard line and celebrated like we just won the Super Bowl. But I would say that one.
And one more question for you, Derrick Henry. How much of a beast he is, man. You got to play with him. You got to share a locker room with him.
Yeah, Derrick Henry is he's the king for a reason. I think he'll be somebody who's clearly going to be a Hall of Famer one day. And to see him continue to do it at a high level beyond 30 years old as a running back, a position that everybody questions, especially when you hit 30, with his big body, the size and his speed that he has. It's been awesome to watch from afar, getting to be a teammate with him when he was kind of taking off.
Former Titan linebacker Will Compton. Will, thanks for joining us.
Dude, thank you, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thanks, bro. That was awesome, bro. I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all. So big shout out to Taylor Lewan and Will Compton, Titan legends. Actually good to meet them today at the Bussin' with the Boys party. I'll tell you guys this. Number one, there's a couple key things I want to see going to next week against the Raiders. Number one, the Raiders are a sloppy team. They've been playing not great football. Don't be sloppy. Go out there and attack, right? Don't have a hangover, if you know what I mean. What I mean by that is that don't go out there being sloppy, being sluggish. Go out there and play attack, Do exactly what you did in the fourth quarter. And, I think this is the biggest thing Tennessee's been really struggling on. And I would love to see next week. So definitely go out there and play real football. I definitely don't be sluggish. Don't be, sloppy. Go out there and, make good plays, right? It's basically what I'm just trying to say. Protect your quarterback also. Definitely on this other thing is number two. Don't be, again, on advantage on defense, take those advantages, right? Don't give them anything that they have to not earn, right? Take advantages. If they turn over the ball, go down and take advantages. Make big drives, make big plays like you did against Arizona today. I would love to see that next week as well, because that's really how this Titans team won the football game today, is because how they took over on those turnovers. That's how they went to go win. They went to go down. They went to go score. They kept those drives. Do that again. And number three, stay together as a team. And, everybody today, I've seen Brian Callahan at the end, love the energy in the locker room. Let's carry that to next week, right? Again, let's have a good practice this week. Let's enjoy this week, right? Say, hey, we got to win, but we got to keep fighting, right? We got to go next week. And Cam Ward not saying we're ass this week is a good thing. So, anyway, that is it from the Titan Report podcast. Again, episode out this Friday at noon Central Time. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Have a great rest of your week. Enjoy your victory Monday tomorrow. Tying up, y'all. Peace out, everybody.